probably going to blow. And before anybody thinks it looks like something.
He's so cute.
I have this one. This is a big guy.
Yes.
As we all start to get our Christmas out, figuring out, okay, from year to year, we all kind of change our decorations. Some people might have the same old, and that is all good. Everybody has a different vibe, a different jam. But with shopping all year long, you see items and you think, well, that's cool, that's vintage. I bet you they bought that at a dime store. You know, what can I do with it? So then you kind of hoard on it until this time of year, and then you're all like, uh-oh, I should make something out of it. So candelabras, candle holders, these little dime store, cute little ones that they would put in their windows. They'd set on a mantle, on your table. I'm going to share with you some of the ideas I have for making these into beautiful Christmas vintage, using some vintage finds decor. So I'm actually going to start off with just a single little candelabra. It's funny reading through comments, making the Christmas items, the vignettes, the Dollarambas, the assemblies, using all this vintage items. How many people grew up with these items, thought they were tacky, didn't like them, got rid of all of them, and now they're kind of a vibe again, and now they're all like, I get so many comments of, oh my gosh, I wish I still had that, and now I need to go searching for it. So these are one of the items that just look blah, blah. And you know, you can pick up these so super cheap at an antique mall for usually less than $5. And then we got the tacky Christmas. People think that this was tacky. I don't know if it was a corsage or it came on a present. But to me, I am so happy when I get it in a haul. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to use it. Well, it's its time to shine. So I'm going to share with you how I'm going to make this. And y'all, look at tacky plastic candelabra. Already it is beautiful. So see, you know, things that others might throw away, y'all, they don't make this stuff anymore. So I'm always super excited to run across it, and I love sharing with y'all what to do with it. But I will say, one of the first things you should do is put a bulb in it and see if the darn thing works. Because what if you just made this whole thing over and it doesn't work? So pray for the best, put a light bulb in it, and then plug it in. And then it could be the light bulb, it could be, let me try another one, see if that turns on. I don't know, did I just, these are old. Okay, strike 3, let's see if we can get one to turn on. So we know that it's got power, there we go. Okay, we know it works, the bulbs were dead. Probably not the light I'm going to be using in there though. I'm going to find someone that probably will color coordinate with this, but we tested it out. I have a whole tote full of these type of bulbs, so it was probably the bulbs more than it was this candlestick. Okay, now I found a red one. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know. We'll see once we get it together. I think like the norm was like red, clear, orange was to put it in that. Those babies are bright, y'all. But it's probably going to blow. Or it's a twinkling one or the other. Oh, it might be one that's supposed to look like flames. I don't know, but there you go. Take that. I didn't like the flaming one. I didn't like the twinkling of it. Drove me crazy. So I found a pink one in my stash, which will go with the pink in here. Does it matter what color it is? No, it does not. So let's get this assembly put together. The thing that I love about this time of the year is we can have shiny and glitter and everything. Now, some of these come round. The ones that I thrifted, none of them, I never found any that were round. So I'm just going to work with what I have. But I love the old garland. I love ruffling it up. There is some gold flecks in here, so that'll make it a little bit fuller around the base. So we are going to get some of it glued on, and I'm just going to kind of rough it up a little bit so it's not so flat. It's been an estate sale find. So it's been like just sitting there being all rolled up for I don't know how many years. Okay, let's start off by getting some hot glue on here. trying to kind of go on the seam, working in sections, and then I'll try to find like the string that's in here and kind of use that towards my advantage. Then we'll wrap it all the way around. Oop. Timber. It's funny, without anything on the bottom of these, they are extremely top heavy once you put the bulb on. And then I'm just going to keep adding until I like how fluffy it is. Kind of like a fluffy animal. I want it to be floofy. Sure, you could paint those, but to me I wanted to kind of still leave that it's a vintage one and that's your vintage vibe still, so most definitely you could paint them. See how this glues on here? If I need to wire it on. Nope, I'm not cutting any of that off. I mean, we have these little mercury beads in here which are hard to find, and when you do find them, they are not cheap. Little glass bulbs. For safety, I'm going to use some of the fishing line clear wire. I don't want this to come off, but I don't necessarily want you to see it either, so there's that. Okay, now I'm going to try to fix its little bow before I'm going to be adding some more on here. You know me. I think more's more. I don't know. Let's get that little bow all. That one just wants to. It's probably just how it was stored. I want it to hang down here though. And I want that to hang up there. And then I want that to be over here. I don't have control issues? No, I don't. Yes. We want it to lay where we want it to lay, right, y'all? There you go. I mean, it wouldn't flatten out, but it's better than it being up in the air. So I'm going to go ahead and start to add some pink. I have some of these little bulbs that just have been hanging out, being waited to be used. And even though they're not gold, so they're silver in that garland that I use. So, and this will actually weight it down so much more, because you know before it was like always top heavy, falling over. And then I think this color matches what I have up there. I don't know. I think you can't have too much, right? So I think it's looking good. Nice and strong now, not tippy. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in any of the gaps using some of the smaller bulbs that I have. And really, it's as simple as that. If you can keep a hold of that little, what people considered tacky greenery, I think it would be pretty. And they don't have to be that complicated at all, do they? And the fun part is going out and shopping for it. Right? Oh. yeah, getting them to be heavy, I think is a good thing. I have this little, look at how cute this is. Y'all might think it's tacky. Well, we don't need that string. Let's take that string off. So it's just a little corsage, I don't know. Has got this cute little white Rudolph deer with the red nose. We got a little vintage bulb. We got some more of those little mercury beads. Beautiful, and this stuff is amazing. So I'm going to add it to this somehow. We'll figure it out. But I stuck with the red bulb. I already tested it. It worked. It's got a little bit of chippy. Maybe these were cold painted. So, but I thought, you know, it would go with like the perfectly imperfect of what this is. Like in putting this fluffy garland around. This is some older stuff. It's actually wired. So that's nice. So I don't know how old it is then, but they could have made wired back. I don't know how it would go. Try to get it so it doesn't fall over on me. There it goes. So there is a little bit of gold in the leaf. So I'm going to go ahead, before gluing that on, I'm going to go ahead and add these to the sides. Well, that one's going to stick right away, so it's the glue's still a little bit on the warm side down there. Not quite cooled. And before anybody thinks it looks like something, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a pink ball right here, y'all. And then we're going to stick with that silver. Oops, I forgot to take the string off. Some of these are pretty old bulbs. That one's hue matches one of the little beads that I've got, so. Okay, now we're going to get him added in. It's easier to put the glue on the candle stick and then stick it. And I kind of wanted to be tilted a little bit. And same thing, I'll probably use a little bit of that wire just to make sure that the fishing line, just to make sure that it is adhered. But I think this one with the foil leaf would be, it should be good. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And I know I'm not cutting that off. I like that into the design. Oh my gosh, I do so much. So let me see here. Yes, we're going to add the bigger ones. I really like how adding the bulbs to the back is weighing this down so it's not so top heavy and falling over. Pipe cleaners that had those tips on now. I'm sure somebody probably makes them. It's going to be a little bit taller one, because why not, right? Okay, I'm going to start adding some of the smaller beads to cover up the glue. Isn't it funny you put glue in where to cover up glue? Okay, it works. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this, just the way the bulbs are laying. I can still see some of the glue. You know, it's the imaginary of it just being hung out and stacked on top of each other without anything holding it. But you know how that is. We got to hide that glue a little bit more, and some of those tops. So this is what we're going to be working on. This is probably maybe a little newer. I don't know how new. But yes, let's start making it over. So for this one, I would like to put a little elf, pixie, bendy knee, however you want to call it. And I could actually have him grabbing onto it if I wanted to, which is super, super cute. Though this is not as big as the others that I have been using. I love the colors. I love that it's red and green. I mean, I know he's not completely as green as he used to be. But yes, I would like to add this definitely to this, I believe. So I'm going to have to work in layers to get it to cover it. It may not be as fluffy, but that's okay. I'm just working little by little, section by section, as not to pull it off. I want to cover the whole bottom part. Trying to make sure that it's all kind of smushed, you know, so you don't see what's underneath it. Making the turn. I need to start a little bit differently because now that it'd be doubling it up. We'll see how that works. Okay, here we go with some more tacky Christmas plastic, but I love them. So I thought, because his green is faded and that's not as bright as what that is, I mean, we can tie that all in together. That's not any big deal. So yeah, we're going to add this to it. And it looks like it's attached through this area. Turn my glue gun down. So I think I am going to have him kind of grabbing on because I think it's so cute, and then he will stay. I didn't glue that to that part. He's so cute. So we're going to glue his bottom down. Okay, now I'm going to be putting some bulbs back here. Bulbs are new, some of my bulbs are older. It's kind of like just a mixture of them. Sometimes you got to kind of test it out, see how you want it to be. I didn't want to use bright green, so I thought these would be perfect. I just kind of just keep swiveling around, seeing what I think that it needs. So I do have some little spikies. These are old. These are not, but they're kind of faded like those are. So I'm going to add these in, which are breakable. I'm sticking my hand in glue today. Oh, there we go again. Take the hanger off of it. I have some of these mercury beads I'm going to add in there, but not necessarily the whole strand. I like the height that it's going to, you know, give it back here. Through here. That was like a set of 3, but two were red, and then one only green one. So I'm going to put it across his lap. So these are a hue of the green, not as green as what those are, but it'll be nice to add these in here and there. They're a little bit more like the sticks, a little bit more visual. So I just keep adding in and trying to make like a line and then cover everything up. I'm going to use some of these little light switch covers, light switch, these little mini light covers. I guess they're not light switches, but you know. Kind of match what's in the poinsettia. I don't even know sure what that flower is actually. And then I'm going to put the light in it. And usually I would take this green off, but that green matches that green, so I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to add a few more of the plastic elements in here. Where you think they need to be. There's a hole, we got to fill it right. Just when you think I can't add any more. Sure I can. They're little things, so little things can be added easily. I need to be an element of the beads in. And I know this is not the same color, but it will shimmer. This is off some broken garland that I kept. This one, this is a big guy. It works. It does, yay! Okay. My plan. Oh, just because it's a plan doesn't necessarily always mean that it's going to work out, but we're going to give it a good try. Start off with some garland first because I like what it does to the bottom of it. It just takes it to the next level. Did not have enough of that one to fill all the way up, but I think it's perfectly fine to mix them. That'll just add more texture. So on the candlesticks themselves, it's just wrapping it around because that's just what's easiest. Once I got to that part. Time to start adding the little shiny braids that I have in. There's 5 of the candlesticks, so I thought perfect. And then I'm going to add my little bit different one in here. And then I think, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the bulbs next. I want to stay up, so we're going to get some of this hiding. There we go. Gonna glue them and then put the wire, the fishing line on there. So I'm going to add some greenery. I've got some candle rings and I got this. Kind of like just because it just looks like the bulbs are floating in air. So I'm going to see how that looks. I'm not going to use these fake berries that I know. I think I'm just, yes, yep, that's what I'm going to use this. And I might mix the two greens together for some texture. Like I said, I'm going to add, so we have more visual texture, pulling some of the greens off of these. So now I'm working for the back. That's why I didn't stick anything there yet, because I didn't want it to like pop straight out. So I just keep filling in where I feel like it's laying flat. I want it to be nice and full with the greenery. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and add some of these in here. You know, we have the kind of the strange shiny bright colors. It needs some more color. So I'll just kind of choose here and there where I'm going to stick those in. Okay, I'm using what I have left to fill up the back. I think some of these have lost their silver, but that'll be a good filler for the back. Still be something in the back, but not as silvery as what the front is. Now I have this little piece. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it up there. And I have a couple of these that came off a little greenery thing also. So I'm going to add them, I think, in the middle of here. Let's dry fit it in there first. Okay to change your mind. So when I was digging, I found this, and this has that color and that color. And so I think I'm going to, I didn't glue this on, God wink moment. So I just twisted it on. So let's see what that looks like on with the candy canes. I think that I'm, yeah, I think I'll glue that on, then that. Because that just isn't enough on its own, right? Not enough on its own. But then if I do this, then that pops it a little bit. Oh my goodness, decisions. All these decisions that have to be made. And then I have these that match. And so then I'm going to go ahead and add a few of those into here. And I think that'll tie it together. The other two that I have left, well, sometimes you just use it all on one project. That's how it goes. I'm going to have them peeking from behind. I hope that you're enjoying my series of Christmas vintage decor, putting Dollaramas, assemblies, kitschy kind of things together, dime store finds like in today's video. I have a playlist down in my description box if you're interested in what I have been doing this season. So give me a quick comment down below. Have you made these before? I know that they have been around for a while, but this is my first time making them and I had a lot of fun and I can see doing it year to year. So thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, give me a quick comment which one of them that I made today were your favorites. And if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you want to become part of the family, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you don't upload a new video. And we will see you next time, guys. And you can see what we're up to. Bye.